Today, I want to share a strategy with you that I've been using for over a decade that has helped me land every single job that I've interviewed for in the last 10 years. And no, this is not some sort of magic trick or something you can just pull out of your back pocket and expect results, but rather a framework that you can use to prepare for your interviews and also answer a specific type of interview question. Across many different disciplines, areas, and professions, hiring managers are starting to use behavioral descriptive interviewing more and more. For anybody who may not know, behavioral descriptive interview questions are questions that sound like this. Give me an example of a time that you use conflict resolution in a clinical setting. Or give me an example of a time when you had to use teamwork to resolve an unexpected issue. And there's a reason why hiring managers like these sort of questions. There is an assumption, and I believe it's a good one, that the best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. And the belief is that if you, as the interviewee, has been able to respond favorably in past situations, then in a similar situation in the future, one could reasonably expect that you would respond in a similar or better way. For most people that I know, when they hear these sorts of questions, they cringe, they freeze, and their mind goes blank. And most people fear hearing those words, "Give me an example of a time." But after watching this video today, that's no longer going to be you, because the framework I'm going to share with you is going to allow you to not only answer these questions in a very effective way, but will also allow you to leave a very strong impression on your interviewers. STARS stands for Situation, Task, Action, Results, and Skills. This framework will allow you to provide high quality answers during your interviews, but also allow you to structure your preparation in a way that you'll be able to ace these questions when they come. Let me go through the elements of the framework, then I'll talk about how I personally have found success in using it. The first S in STARS stands for situation. You want to give a thorough but succinct summary of what happened in that particular situation, and you really want to focus on ensuring that every detail that you provide is relevant to the question that was asked. The pitfall that most people fall into for this first S is that they give far more detail than is necessary, or a lot of detail that is not relevant to the question being asked. So you want to make sure that you listen well and take a few moments to think before you start sharing your story. When tying in the T, you want to specifically state what you realize you needed to do in this situation and why. A is for action, and most people have a tendency to get this confused with task. Again, task is what you identified you needed to do and why, whereas actions are the actions that you specifically took. The pitfall that most people fall into for action is that they give information about actions that were taken by other people, which the interviewers have absolutely no interest in. So make sure that you focus in intently on what you did. R is for results, and this is where you're going to tie in the actions that you specifically took with the favorable outcome. If the outcome of the situation was not favorable, you want to ensure that you explicitly state what it is that you learned as a result of this situation. And lastly, S is for skills. You want to explicitly state which skills you used in that situation and skills that you have learned since then that will allow you to respond in a superior way should you encounter a similar situation in the future. The beauty of this framework is that it ensures that you provide all the information that the interviewer is interested in hearing, but also gives you the ability to convey your personality and who you are through your answers. And this is what makes this strategy so effective. While we like to think that interviewers are objective human beings that are grading strictly based on how well you answer the questions, the reality is that they are human, and they want to work with individuals that they like. At the end of the day, hiring managers want people who are personable, who have good energy, who have cool vibes, because those types of things will actually feed into a positive work culture. And with the state of nursing as it is right now, we all could use some extra positivity and brightness in our lives. So use this STARS method to not only provide the information that the interviewers are looking for, but to also convey who you are and give them a glimpse of the value that you can add should you be the successful candidate. Before I share how to use this strategy to prepare for your interviews, if you're getting value out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing. And if you are subscribed, go ahead and hit that notification bell as well so you can know as soon as the newest videos drop. So we've talked about the 5 elements of the STARS method, why it's effective, and how it can allow you to not only provide information that the interviewers are looking for, but also convey who you are and the value you have to add. But all of these benefits are contingent on you preparing properly. And so this is the strategy that I've been using. There are probably other methods, but this is what I have found to be extremely effective. A few days before your interview, you want to take the time to think about what behavioral descriptive interview questions you may be asked, depending on the area that you're interviewing for. Behavioral descriptive interview questions are often based on things like problem solving, teamwork, initiative, conflict resolution, etc. So what you want to do is write out or type out the 5 letters in the STARS method and to actually write a little blurb for each one of the 5 elements. The key when preparing is to think of situations and scenarios from your past that could be used in a variety of situations, so that regardless of what question you ultimately end up being asked during the interview, you'll have at least one, if not more, situations that you can actually pull from. And once you've actually written out or typed those notes, you'll actually want to bring them with you to the interview. And yes, that is allowed. The interviewers have notes. Who says you can't too? So when you hear those 8 magic words, take a couple of seconds to look at your notes, review what it is that you prepared, and answer. You've got this. You've prepared, you've done the work, and the interview is in the bag. There are so many other things to talk about when it comes to interview prep and performance. And so if you would see value in seeing more of that type of content, let me know in the comments below. Always remember that you matter. You, yes, you have value to add, and there are lives that you can impact in a way that no one else can. So keep your head up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.